Hi everyone, it's Neve here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing with some new products from ScrapFX, using some of their foam stamps and collage tissues and stencils. So I had this piece of tissue paper which had gloss sprays on it that was sitting around on my desk, so I thought I'd just glue it into my journal just as a background. And I really had no idea of what I was really going to do with this. You can see it's sort of got some stenciling on it with stars, it's got some blue on it, it's got some green on it. It was just there. I was like, what am I going to do with it? You can see me tapping my fingers. So I get my heat gun out and dry it off. You'll notice that my collage tissue has got wrinkles in it. It really doesn't bother me that it's got wrinkles in it. I just see it as extra texture. You can obviously take your time and care to smooth them out, but it really doesn't matter in the end. So this is a really large foam stamp from ScrapFX. Now, I've got quite a few foam stamps in my collection at the moment. I really love them. They are really deceiving in the fact that the foam is quite thin and you think, oh, am I really going to get a good impression from it? But you really do. And the wonderful thing about foam stamps is because they're foam, they actually soak up a lot of ink. So you can actually get 2 or 3 really good impressions from your stamp really, really easily. The other thing that you can do with foam stamps is you can use them with paint as well. So don't think it's just ink that you can use them with, but you can get really good impressions with other mediums as well. But that was my second generation stamping. It was just as good as a first generation. So highly recommend, if you can get your hands on some foam stamps, to check them out. And you make your own foam stamps. So craft foam is really easy to purchase from your local craft shops. I know in Australia Spotlight sells craft foam. You can get craft foam stickers, so stick those onto the back of a block and you've got your own little stamp set. You can cut them out. Those people who own die cutting machines, cut out your own dies and create your own stamps. It's a really great way to create your own images. So this is a figure from the very talented Michelle Logan, who creates for ScrapFX as well. She does these gorgeous collage sheets and people. And I figured, why not put one of her beautiful dolls on this background? Because I really didn't know too much what I was going to do with it. So I'm just going in and using the inspiration of the colours in the background, so the blues and greens. I'm adding some extra doodling to the image, or adding in some extra lines and shadows and shading, taking inspiration from the way Michelle draws and shades. If you haven't checked out her Instagram page or her Facebook page, I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check her out, because she's a very talented artist, and her pieces, particularly how she draws figures, is just beautiful. So to draw on this, I'm actually using a, I can't remember what they're called. I used to use my black one all the time and I don't use it very often now. It's a thick ballpoint pen. The ink takes a little bit to dry, so do dry it off. It is water reactive, so where I'm going in with some gloss sprays to paint on this, I'm trying not to touch those lines that I've drawn with the blue pen too much. So just be aware that it does react with water or water-soluble media. So I quite often use my gloss sprays to paint with. I am not very successful with spraying with them. I'm not really very successful spraying with anything. I get it everywhere except for where I actually want it. So quite often you'll see me breaking them open, either splattering with them or sticking my paintbrush in it and painting with it. So I've used the new Evergreen colour blushing, and now I'm using Ancient for the butterflies to get beautiful gold colour. Then I'm splattering it over the top as well, because, why not have a bit of splatter in your life? Once I've done that, I'm then drying it off. So obviously with the gloss sprays, if you don't have them, use watered down acrylic paints to do the same thing. which is basically what the gloss sprays are. I just really like them because, you know, it's convenient and it's there. This is a stencil again from Scrap FX from the talented Claire Stead, who is also one of my faves. And she's been designing some stuff for Scrap FX as well. So I'm going in and stenciling Dream Big on this page using my black. And then because I could, and there was some mark making on this, you know, I can't pass up some mark making. So I'm going in and adding in some of these dots across the page just to add a little bit of a sprinkling of mark making in the background, and also a little bit of directionality on my page. So, you know, the fact that that sort of goes up past my figure up to where the writing is sort of leads your eye around the page a little bit. While I was there, I was thinking, oh, I don't want to add anything else because there's a few nice things on that stencil, but I did actually restrain myself, which is quite surprising, and put my stencil down. I did go back in with my white pen though to balance it up a little bit. So while I like to add black on my page, I also like to make sure there's enough white. And while in the background there's a lot of white with that foam stamp, just by circling those little dots and putting some extra little sprinkling of white dots on there, it just helps to calm everything down a little bit, blend it together a little bit more. I also end up, I think, putting some highlights around the letters as well in the end, because again it helps to push it out from the background somewhat and tie everything together. Because it's me, I'm also going around and doing some extra doodling around the figures on my image, or the doodling on the image itself, so around the butterflies, around the leaf, because I can, because it's there, and it helps me just, you know, put my own little spin on things, which I really like. And quite often with things like this, you know, by drawing around some of those doodlings, it helps develop your hand and how you do it. So, you know, you can see where those extra details have been put in on the collaged doll. So here's a close-up of the finished image. It was lots of fun playing with lots of different bits and pieces from Scrap FX. To find out where to get it, check out my description box below. You'll find links to Claire and Michelle's beautiful work as well. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.